And the thing is, you got to find somebody that's willing to give you all their time, because they're in a position. What happens is it's like a great, like, I don't know if it's an apex or whatever, cross, whatever, right? So the apex is, you got to be able to find somebody that needs to show off their craft, right? But then you need some, but also willing to put on the work, right? So like when I hired J-Rock, my first guy, I met him at Best Buy. He was making $400 a week. So I took him from Best Buy, and he was hungry. So he was wanting to show off his skills, and I was needing somebody that wasn't so experienced, because I wasn't willing to pay what the experienced person was. So then we built out the proof of concept, and then that's when Dave came into play, and that's when I was like, okay, I can spend that money now to make it work right, like to blossom it. And now we're hiring our third person, and then our fourth person comes in May, as soon as he's in Maine at college. So once he graduates, he's coming out. So I have 4 people on the staff that just shoot video, pictures. That's their full-time job. So if I'm investing that much manpower into it, you gotta know it's a very, very crucial part of everything. I did a conference with 1,200 people, sold it out, no ads.
Ads are the...
Like Facebook ads and Instagram ads, no ads. So it's literally just my organic audience from being able to have that video around was like the most important thing, so. What's up? How you doing, man? Nice to meet you, bro.
My city, man.
Thank you, bro. I need something. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. Y'all doing all right? Y'all doing all right? Thanks for coming out, bro. Y'all ain't get me no coffee or nothing? Man.
If you want one.
No, I'm good. I'm just joking, man. Envy, you good?
Good to see you, brother.
Man. Likewise, man. Yes, sir.
We're doing the order now.
Good to see you, bro. How's things?
I'm good, bro. You know, alive and blessed.
Man, this is crazy.
How's everything? Good.
Yo, Dave.
What's good, bro?
Thanks you so much.
Out.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, so what sticking to like white pages and making phone calls myself, you know what I mean? Dedicating, I would, after work, I'd spend about 3-4 hours a day just calling.
Yeah.
It might not work right away, but, you gotta
put in that work, yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm trying to figure out a way where I can take that and then kind of grow it, or...
So you have so you have leads.
I have, definitely.
But you're a one-man band and you're making phone calls on your own.
Exactly.
So we invented this system called REI Rail. I don't know if you know what ringless voicemails are.
I heard, okay, yeah.
So the reason why I like ringless voicemails, man, is because it allows you to gather your leads, it allows you to collect your numbers, and then slowly push out calls per day, right? And then what happens is you're leaving these voicemails, which is like little seeds you planting, and then people are gonna end up calling you back. And when they calling you back, those are people that are actually interested. And it's
real, right?
and it's mad affordable.
It's crazy affordable.
You pull a list, and then might get 50% return, and then out of the 50%, only like a certain percentage is good. So inside REI Rail has skip tracing and everything too, so it's easy just to upload your list, and it's real easy, man. Drag it over, and then that allows you to say, yo, I want to put out 100 calls a day. And just because you're a one-man person, you don't want to get a bunch of calls. And then you start, and then that becomes a system that replaced you. And then you can move to something else, and then we'll create a system for that. And that's really like how you start to like own a business versus be in it.
I was like, yo, if I could just talk to Max, I'm gonna do it, man. So I had to, like, no funny, man.
And go get coffee with my man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work you gotta put into, but like, for example, I messed with a deal for like a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
But I profited 76 grand. You know how many people don't make $76,000 in a year? But it was only like, 15 minutes here, there. Some deals you gotta be patient with. Some deals come fast. I call those unicorns. It don't happen that often. It happens.
Yeah, but they do. That's it.
But you gotta nurture your deals. Over and over and over again.
That's right. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, brother.
Keep hustling, man. Good to see you working, bro.
Hey, man. Same
for
here,
sure.
Man. Definitely, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, y'all be good.
Man, so, yeah.
What's up, brother?
How you doing,
Nice to meet you, man.
Just wanted
You
to
good?
thank you. I'm a wholesaler.
Okay.
I started my business just watching your videos.
That's what's up, man. Taking action.
Oh yeah, of course. So I was the director of fitness for UFC. You know, quitting the whole
Yeah,
thing.
get the hell out, right?
You know, so I know that feeling. 'Cause I'm from a different country, from Haiti, and I heard your story. Like,
Yeah.
I can do this too.
Yeah, that's
And
what's
I
up,
love
man.
your podcast, everything, man. So
You in
I'm in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
So I do
Okay.
mine in Narcy.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
what's up, man.
pretty
The
much-
dude was just asking me if it was possible.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I do DoorKnock.
Yeah, okay.
DoorKnock, and then also with the skip trace, deal
Yeah.
machine, all that.
It works, right?
So
You just gotta put in the time, bro.
definitely. But I got no excuses. I want to make money.
There you go.
Put in the time.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. It's like
Yeah,
working
that's
out.
what
You
it
don't
is.
see results on day one.
And then say if I knocked in at home, so what I'll do, I'll get a FedEx Express label.
Yeah, I used to do that.
And I'll put the letter
Yeah, I
in
used to
there,
do that.
put my card in there, and then put it right in the
Yeah, they
mailbox,
open that.
They open it. So they think it's like, you know, so.
All the
definitely.
time. Open rate 100%.
Oh, yeah. So I just wanted to just tell you thank you, man.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate the grind, brother. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
A lot of people do wholesaling seminars and a lot of times it's bullshit. So we did an investigation and started looking for people that do wholesaling that actually do it and that is successful doing it. So when we started doing this seminar, I said we're gonna do the last seminar, I said, well, why don't we reach out to somebody that does wholesale and that can break it down? So we bring him to the stage. He goes by the name of, on Instagram, The Real Maxwell. And he's a wholesaler. He gets busy and he makes a lot of money. So give it up for The Real Maxwell one time, y'all.
What's up, everybody? Yo, so first of all, give a round of applause for Cesar and Envy and his whole team because this is not easy to put together. And then second of all, you guys should be proud that you're a part of a movement. This is something new. This didn't happen 5 years ago. Black and brown people in a room trying to learn about real estate and financial literacy. So give yourself a round of applause. So what I've came here to do today is just basically tell you guys about wholesaling. And what wholesaling is like the grassroots of all real estate investing, right? Envy's not gonna buy a house that's worth $100,000 for $100,000. He needs a deal, right? So that's why he works with people like auction.com and all that other stuff. So it's very important to know what wholesaling is because it's the foundation of all real estate, all right? So my goals while I'm here is for everybody to completely understand what wholesaling is. Now I don't have that much time, but I'm gonna get your interest sparked in it so you can go out and research and find stuff so that you can get better at wholesaling. Also, for anyone who has not got a deal, that they should be able to go get a deal in the next 90 days, right? Because it's pretty simple. There's so much information out there on the internet. There's people that do have legitimate courses on how to do it. If you have that funds, go and invest in it. If not, learn from YouTube University like myself. And the most important thing is I want to make sure everybody leaves here with that abundance mindset, right? Because the mindset is the most important thing. How many people agree that to be a millionaire, all that stuff is online? Like you can find out how to be a millionaire, how to be successful, how to run a business. But the most important thing we need to do is change our mindset on how to receive that information so that we can actually go out and do it, because we got to believe it. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys the keys to wholesale. I'm gonna start flipping through this stuff. So the definition of wholesale is be able to sell goods in large quantities at low prices to other people. So that's essentially what we do as wholesalers. And I'm gonna break down the key pieces and the key parts to wholesaling. That way you leave here with your interest sparked and you go out and research this a lot more. All right, but before I start, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my life to show you that anybody can do this, right? So I'm a first generation American. How many first generation Americans in the room? Right? A lot of us. So my parents are Jamaican. They moved to New York in the 80s, early 80s, late 70s, and they had me. They came here to have a better opportunity in life, right? Jamaica may look pretty, but some places it's rough, trust me. So basically, when we moved from New York to North Carolina, I went to school, I grew up there and everything. I went to middle school, high school, all that stuff there, and I wasn't the brightest student. I actually was pretty bad.
I could not maintain a 2.0 to even play football throughout the entire season. So when report cards would come out, boom, I get kicked off the team, I'm done. But I found out my junior year that I was dyslexic. So I have a real hard problem reading fast. I see numbers backwards, letters twist, and all that type of stuff. So I didn't read my first book till I was like 30, right? Played football in high school. Like I said, I was a bad student, you know, and dyslexic. So there's no way in the world that I can grow up to be a millionaire. That's what I thought, right? At 17, I went to the military. Did some years there. And when I decided to come home, I was done with that. I wasn't fulfilled. I loved the Air Force, but I wasn't fulfilled. I always had a burning desire in me to be an entrepreneur. How many of you guys had a job, but just like, yo, this is not for me. I gotta get out, right? So that's the majority of us. And that's how it used to be. Most of us used to have our own craft to make our own money. So I came home and I said, I gotta get into real estate. I don't know how, I ain't got the money. And I found out about wholesaling. And when I found out about wholesaling, I just locked myself in my room. Now, before I say my room, I quit my corporate job, lost all my money, and had to move back in my mom's house at 30 years old. That's terrible, especially when you live in the South. Like, rent's like $600. You're supposed to have your own space, right? So I can't bring no girls home, no fun. My mom is Jamaican. When she says come eat, you gotta eat that minute or you're in trouble. I don't care how old you are. I'm out at 10:30 and she calling me where I'm at. It's a terrible life. So I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I found out about wholesaling and I dived so deep into it. I locked myself in my room for like 3 weeks, listening to podcasts, listening to YouTube, and I was like, I gotta put the pieces to the puzzle of this together myself because I sure don't have the money to go invest to have somebody teach me. So that's when I graduated from YouTube University. How many of you guys graduated from YouTube University in the subject? Okay, a few of us. I got my master's. I just graduated my master's. I walked across the stage this December. Yeah, this month. So here's the cool thing. I locked myself in my room, and 3 weeks later, I'm like, I got this. I go out driving in an old neighborhood that I grew up in, and I got my first contract. I'm like, yo, you're skipping a whole bunch of steps. Well, what happened was, listening to these podcasts and YouTube, they're like, you need to go drive for dollars. I'm like, what the hell does that mean, drive for dollars? Like Uber? No. You need to go drive around and look for houses that have tall bushes, tall grass, boarded up windows. You drive past them every day, but it's so ugly you ignore it. Now, watching on YouTube University, I said I need to pay attention to these things. So I went into the old neighborhood, actually on the same street I actually grew up on. And I found a house that had every single characteristic that they were talking about on the podcast. Real simple. Pulled up the tax information, learned it on the podcast, Googled a person, found them on Facebook, sent them a message, they sent a message back, I got their number, called them, put the house on the contract. I had no idea what I was doing. No idea. I can't see the numbers, but I think I got the property on the contract for like $40,000. It was about $32,000 in cash, and $8,000 was gonna go towards back taxes. So the lady was gonna walk away with about $30-something thousand. Now here's the thing, when you're doing wholesaling, you're doing nothing but solving a problem, right? We're not real estate brokers, we're not here to sell somebody's house that they wanna sell already. This house was abandoned on a corner with tall grease, tall trash and all types of stuff, and they haven't paid taxes in about 4 years. So I'm solving all types of problems, and it was right before Christmas. So I met the lady at a Waffle House. Y'all don't have Waffle Houses up here, do you? Y'all missing out though, I'm just telling you, missing out. So I met this lady at the Waffle House, got the contract signed, and I made my first $14,000. But I didn't get it done that quick. Got the property on the contract, went back home, stole my mom's lawnmower, brought it to the property, cut the grass, trimmed the bushes, took some pictures, put it on Facebook Marketplace. Remember, I only paid, y'all see the contract? I gave her $0. I said I'll close in 30 days. I didn't pay nothing. I said I'll close in 30 days. I'll see you in 30 days with the money. So I went online, put it on Facebook. Family comes by on the weekend, says they want to buy it. I'm like, cool. I said, I'm going to sign you the contract. He said, what's that? I said, I'm going to sign you the rights in my contract. So here's what happened. When you do real estate, you get equitable interest. We're a common law country. So that means when like if you pull up to me right now and you say, listen, I'm about to get out of here. I want to move to Vegas. I got this S550 Mercedes Benz. I don't want it no more. I just paid $100,000 for it. I'll sell it to you for $60,000. Now, back then I ain't have $60,000, but you know what I would have said? I'll take it. Meet me here Friday with the money. So that's what you do. You put the car under contract. You put the house under contract. You see what I'm saying? And between now and Friday, the guy that owns the car can't do anything with it because he's got a contractual agreement that he's going to sell it to me on Friday. Right? So that gives me equitable interest. And what I can do with that equitable interest, I can simply sell it. I know Envy like cars, and I know he knows it's a good deal. So I'm gonna say, Envy, I got this sweet S550, $65,000. Like, what, for real? Checks out. He's like, I want it. Envy gives me the 65. I give my man the 60. I walk away with 5. Envy goes down the street and sells it for $85,000. I don't care. I made my money. Envy made his money. It's the same thing you can do with property. It's just everybody doesn't know that. You can do the same thing. So that equitable interest is what gives you the right to actually sell your contract to that property. So here I am living at home making $14,000. That's a lot of damn money in the South. I know that's about 2 months of rent up here in New York. But in the South, I'm balling. Okay? So that's my first contract. My first contract was September 28th, 2016. Here we are, 2019. My wholesaling company, we do between $1.2 to $1.5 million in real estate deals a year. Then we do flipping on the other side, and that's probably accounts for another $300,000 or $400,000 in revenue. So I'm gonna give you the introduction to wholesale. Don't make this complicated. Just solve problems. I'm gonna breeze through these so you guys understand what it is. So here's the nuts and bolts to a wholesale deal. It's pretty simple. Find a property. So you need to source leads. How did I source my first one? Driving for dollars. Take a picture of this, y'all. It's real easy. I went driving for dollars. Or y'all can go like Subway for dollars or something. Whatever you gotta do. Get on your bike and bike for dollars. I don't care. Don't make excuses. And then you need to know your numbers. I think we had a real estate agent up here who was talking about running comps before. Figure out what the property is worth fixed up, and then negotiate back from there. And then you got your contracts. Those contracts gave me what? Equitable interest. So now I had interest in that property for the amount of time that the contract state. Now I can do whatever I want to do with that interest. I can sell it, I can keep it, whatever it is. You got to negotiate with the seller. I do a lot of videos. I have 225 videos on YouTube. Go check it out. It's all for free. Then you got to find cash buyers. How many people in this room are real estate investors and buy houses with cash? I know Envy does. Right? So they're all amongst us. And then in New York, you're an attorney state. So you make sure you find an attorney that can close a deal for you. Right? So it's pretty simple. You find the property, you run the comps, you get the contracts, and you do it. So you say, what type of deals and leads do I need to find? It's real simple. People go through all types of life situations that force them to sell property pretty quickly, right? You may not hear about it every day, but it happens every single day, right? So you can get a new job. You could be living in the Bronx somewhere and get a new job in North Carolina, and you got to sell quickly. You can get medical bills. People have a lot of equity in their house. They don't know what to do with it. They don't have credit, whatever it is. There could be a death in family. People inherit houses like crazy. I know in the South, people inherit houses every day. People die every day. And people get inherited properties. They don't want them. Divorce, an absentee owner, somebody that owns a property in the Bronx but lives in Colorado. He has no attachment to that property. And there's many more personal reasons that you can have to find type of leads and deals. Now let's talk about like the physical distress. When you're driving past a property, tall weeds, tall grass, code violations. We had an inspector up here. Sometimes when people do things wrong on the property or they have safety code violations, you'll get a letter from the city. Find that list. Find it in the Bronx. Find it in Brooklyn. There's a list that the government keeps of all these houses that have code violations. This is a sign of physical distress. Just a simple rundown property. How many of you guys have ran past a property or drove past a property that is just boarded up? Grass is all, we all got grass in New York, but boarded up. Just, you know what I'm saying? You get my point, right? So that's how you find those things. And then you got financial distress, back taxes. right? If you don't pay your taxes, the government will come take your property. People that face bankruptcy, foreclosures, IRS liens, lost jobs. Sometimes it takes, especially in New York, it takes 2 incomes to keep a household up, right? What if one person loses a job, they can't keep up that house anymore. So they have to sell it and live at their means. So these are all types of lists that are kept by the government, by private companies. This is a list you need to go out and find. Find these people that have problems and solve them. It's pretty simple. All right, so your contracts, the attorney that was up here, the lovely lady, she went through contracts. I'm not going to spend time going through contracts. Take a picture. My bad, too fast, too fast. I'm still not back. All right, here we go. Contracts, right? So important things on your contract. You need a price, the closing date, your earnest money deposit, usually a due diligence fee, and an inspection period clause. You can look all of these terms up. I promise you it's very, very simple. Don't make this difficult, right? Then you got to negotiate with the seller. You got to build trust, learn the common objections, never be a desperate buyer. There's thousands and thousands of properties out there. Never feel like you have to have that one, right? And make sure you have a wealthy mindset. Money's everywhere. God came on stage, said he'll give you any type of money you want, as long as the deal is right. So now all of you have access to money that you did not have before you came in here at 10 a.m. So now money is not the objection that you can spit to anybody up here. My man said he'll give it to you, as long as the deal is right. Cash buyers, we talked about cash buyers. Go out and find them, they're everywhere. And you want to know how to get paid. It's the most important thing, right? So once you have that contract with equitable interest and you run up on DJ Envy, and DJ was like, yeah, I'll take that. Cesar's like, yeah, I'll take that. So we're going to flip this house. Then you're going to assign your rights to Cesar. Cesar's going to pay you a fee for the work you went out and did, usually a contract. Our average deal is around $13,000. We have hit some home runs, but $13,000. And then he's going to go to closing, and on the HUD-1, which is the numbers of every real estate deal, basically your receipt, your name's going to be on there. And when the property closes, you're going to get a check, either a wire or a check. So take a picture of this. This is the flow of a deal. It's real simple. You're going to find a seller. You're going to get a purchase contract with that seller. You're going to link up with your cash buyer. You and your cash buyer are going to get an assignment agreement that you're going to sign your equitable interest that you have with the seller. In your case, in New York, you're going to go to an attorney. The attorney's going to do the deal. The seller and you're going to get paid. It's very simple. Don't make it complicated. We're in the business of solving problems. All right, so let me break down my first deal. So 114 Finfield Drive, I went driving for dollars. Contract price was $40,000. I made $14,000 in 5 days. Right? How many of you guys would like to make $14,000 in 5 days? I better see everybody hand up. Shit. Right? Here's the deal we just did. I just pulled some recent deals we did this month. This is Hidden Brook. Bought this property for $95,000 under contract. You can see the contracts on the right for $95,000. We end up selling that thing for $143,500 in less than 30 days and made $48,500. You know what I did to that property? Absolutely nothing. Right? This was somebody that inherited a property, lived way across the country, didn't want nothing to do with it. Here's another property. This is a property sitting on 5 acres next to a vineyard. This guy was rich. He bought the entire area. He didn't want this house no more. House was worth almost $700,000. He gave it to me for $380,000. I turned around, made one phone call, and sold it for $19,000 more. There goes the agreements. So what you're looking at on the left-hand side is our real estate purchase agreement. You can see I only put down $100 earnest money and $100 due diligence. That's all I got in the deal. I turned $200 into $19,000 in one phone call. But wholesaling is just an exit strategy with real estate. You can flip, you can do rentals, It's just a place for you to level up. If you don't have money, you don't have credit, and you have hustle, this is how you get in the game. And once you build up your credibility, your knowledge, and your hustle keeps going and you got money, then you can turn around and buy passive income producing properties. So for me doing this almost over 3 years now, I've built up enough money to go out and buy rental properties and stuff like that. So let's look at this. This is a 20 unit apartment building that we're purchasing in January for $677. I know that's crazy. This is in the South, y'all. This is like a 2-family out here. I got 20 family down there. So I bought 20 doors for $667,000 cash. We're gonna buy it in January. And it's gonna have an NOI of $53,000 a year, right? Completely renovated. So the point of wholesaling is not just to, get your cash up and money. You gotta learn real estate along the way so you can actually be investing alongside Envy and Cesar and all these other guys out here, because it's important to build generational wealth. You can't build generational wealth through wholesaling, but if you wholesale and get the bag and educate yourself, then you can actually invest in the real estate and create passive income. It's very important. It's important to do generational wealth. All right, so I'm not gonna sit up here anymore. That's my time. I appreciate Envy and Cesar for having me. Y'all be good.
Appreciate you, man. Good.
Appreciate the love. You setting the, changing the narrative for us, bro. Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be good, bro.
Hey, man.
Y'all be safe out here. Keep hustling.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming out.
Going to your YouTube university.
That's what I'm talking about.
Last week before I even came here.
Really?
And it was so funny. I was just telling my sister, I was looking at his stuff because I'm interested in doing flipping the houses and stuff like that. But I'm gonna do your thing first.
The ground level is wholesaling, 100%.
Yeah.
Like you can't get a deal of somebody finding like a deeply discounted property.
Right.
And you start from there. So I've kept properties, I've flipped some,
Right. So,
and then I wholesale them. Like, cause wholesaling to me is an ATM machine.
Right.
Simply, I make $100,000 this month, and I'll put that $100,000 to $150 doing something else,
Look at that.
So,
Thank you for all the information.
absolutely.
Can I take a picture?
Absolutely, we'd love to.
I follow you, Mr. Maxwell.
Post it, tag me in it.
I will. Sis, you gotta get in.
I gotta get in, I'm short. You don't know how to hold your arm. I know the only
Yes, can you
I know how to take selfies. She don't know how.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm following you, man, on Gram,
Yeah, man.
everywhere. YouTube. Take a picture, babe. I told her, she's like, who gonna go see? I said, Maxwell. She's like, what he look like? I said, me, just he don't got no dreads.
Where you from?
Jamaica.
Yeah, man, which spot?
It's the wholesaling guy. I walked around the whole spot looking for you. I'm actually on the phone telling somebody right now. I only came to seminar to see you because I can see them anytime.
Yeah. Are we in the street?
I can see them anytime. I'm like, this guy is never around. He's never around. But I kind of fell off.
It's cool.
I
all
kind
do.
of fell off.
We all do.
I still look at the videos.
Yeah.
But I kind of fell off.
We all do, bro. Get back on the horse, bro. It's not if you fall off. It's if you're gonna get back on.
I'm on. As far as like your first day, your second day, right now I'm just trying to find a deal, like you say. I'm out here.
Here's what I'm gonna give you a challenging thought. Don't try to find a deal. Try to solve a problem. Try to find a problem. Somebody that has a problem, and try to solve that problem. Right? And your mind's gonna completely change. I don't go out looking for deals. Because if you go out looking for deals, you're never gonna find them. They come every now and then. When I go look with problems, and I go solve them, and behind that I make a lot of money. So just change that mindset, and then you won't be looking for no deals, you'll be looking for people with problems, and it's gonna come way faster than you think. Look in places where problems live. It's the key right there.
I look for the distressed properties.
Yeah.
I search pre-foreclosures. I go down to the courthouses. I check. I look for list pendants. I'm doing my due diligence.
Keep grinding. Keep grinding. It's a little harder here.
Yes.
It's a little harder here, but your payday is also bigger.
Yes.
The problems you solve here are a lot bigger.